Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha. Five Fingers Death Punch. Living the Dream. Never heard of the band, hence never heard of the song, so thank you guys who did suggest this. This was actually suggested way back in January. It's been sitting there, and I noticed it because of the name. I thought it was kind of cool, but now I'm doing it. Anyhow, less talk up front, more listen, and then talk at the end. So let's get on it right now. Oh, let me get my headsets. I want to thank you guys for your support. You see any advertising on it, it's monetized for the band, the record company and stuff. Doesn't do anything for the channel. If you want to support the channel, buy me a cup of coffee. Alright, link will be down below for that. Link will be down below for the headsets. And also, Five Finger Death Punch, Spotify, music CDs, and all kinds of fun stuff will be below. Alright, let's do this. Five Fingers Death Punch. Living the dream. Alright. You know what I'm really loving about this track so far is the unique use of songwriting construction. First, that opening was really super sick, how they had that really overdriven, heavy saturated little mono guitar in the center, that it was in the riff setup. You had this sound that was here, and then explode stereo, here, explode stereo. That was really cool. I really dig that. That's just good dynamics, especially if you got your headsets going or you're listening in a stereo setup. The riff is really super cool. I like the fact, I guess, you know, there's a lot of the detuning of guitars to open tuning of the last 10 years, excuse me, has really taken precedent in a lot of songs. Now, apparently this is a very new release here. So what's really nice for me to listen to is this trajectory of the change of how rock is being presented because of the changing of the tunings of the guitars now. Has bled over from being something maybe that's been super cool and instrumental, or super subgenres of metal, going into the mainstream of metal. At least from what my ears are. I'm not a metal historian, obviously, but this is just based on my journey here on the channel. But when I was talking about that song construction, when they get down to what is seemingly the first half of the verse with the chugging and the vocals, which by the way, vocals sound incredibly crispy and clear and powerful. This guy's voice from right here, well, I'm not a vocal coach, I'm not going to try to drift into that, but let me stick to what I was trying to say as I talk to myself. Then there's that somewhat middle section that really is an elongated turnaround before the punch again of Living the Dream. And what I loved about that was they hit you right over the forehead with that verse, and then they go into this glide pattern, and with the cleaner guitars and stuff, and the melody really starts to step out in front of it and becomes very prominent in the song. And then they come in and hit you with the chorus or the hook, which is really only sounds like it's maybe 4 bars, whereas the turnaround was like 8 bars. I'm not counting exactly how many bars there are there, but I love the production and the shift in vibe in that 8-bar turnaround. And that to me is becoming a memorable part of the song thus far. So, okay, let's move on a little bit.
Hey there, your majesty, is there anyone above you?
Okay, apparently we're going to get into a really heavy section here. Something else I want to bring up really quick that I love it when production, composition, arrangement, musicianship ups the ante as you take a journey in a song. What that means is usually they'll start off with a phrase, usually, all the way to the hook. And then you might take that phrasing and then duplicate it, but change the arrangements in the second verse in order to give it, a little bit more sonic growth. You may add, take away something, or emphasize something. Excuse me. The riff, which I really love, which is what I consider an octave riff lift, bum 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 ba da da, or whatever the notes are above it. So it hits an octave low to high, and then the phrasing around that continues back, kind of in a riff cadence maybe, and then brings it back down. So now what happens is when we get into that. What I loved about the first the first half's elongated pre-chorus section, they do that here, but then they give you that little stop clearing of the palette, kind of a stop-start, which I love that in production. That tells me that they're taking really quality time and details, attention to details in production to give you that experience of it shuts down, and then it gives you that really canned vocal. Then they blow up into that pre-chorus again, except now they change the instrumentation and they make it a little dirtier, a little heavier. And that's what I love about that kind of production and song construction and stuff. God, I'm just all over the place, aren't I, this morning? All right, let's go.
Why did they never mention what's real and in between? It seems the path they're on is paved with blood and sorrow. No thought about tomorrow, just part of the machine. So it seems, yeah, so it seems, we're all living the dream. We're all living the dream.
One of the very super cool things that I love about this is also listening to the layers in the voice in the hook is so powerful. And if you listen to it in the hook, you'll hear these, they're through the mix, but intermittently they pop themselves out as you hear harmonic layers in the voice of the melody, like an octave lower. They're down there, the harmonies are down there, but they're pulled really down behind, and they're also kind of fanned out in the mix, a pan left and right and stuff. So also there they did again, they took us on that journey, that kind of solo section where they came through, which I really liked the fact that it wasn't, I was hoping when I started to hear the solo, like he had a slide, that in my heart I was going, I hope there's some continuity in the production. I'm thinking, oh, don't shred, don't shred, don't shred, and it didn't, and they didn't, which I loved, and I love solos like that. When everything else is going on so fast and all the production is so heavy, sometimes it's good to just the guitar player doing that lead, just kind of chilling and just more melodic than technical, let's say, and then of course they bloom back into that kind of pre-chorus, elongated pre-chorus section. Bring it back in here, except now they really chill you out. They really bring you on that journey where they go, oh, and then they start to bring the production back up, back up, back up, back up until bada bing. All right, guys, thank you so much. I really enjoyed Five Finger Death Punch. If you guys have any comments about what songs from them I should listen to next, please let me know. Man, I got to drink my coffee before I do this. I'm like, la la la. Anyhow, once again, thank you for your support. If you so see fit, buy me a cup of coffee. The links for the cup of coffee, the links for the headset, and Five Finger Death Punch merch and music and Spotify and stuff will be down below. All right, guys, take care of yourself. I'm going to be doing my thing today. It's a beautiful sunny day today. Yeah, I'm going to do my thing, which is going to be much of nothing. All right, guys, take care. Aloha.